Good day, everybody. I'd like to welcome all of our colleagues to the first of our recordings of the Armenian Medical World Congress of 2025, which will be taking place in Madrid next year. For those of you who don't know me, I am Vicken Sepilian, the president of AMIC, and I am proud to be serving in this capacity, and I'm honored to have on this short program with us Dr. Lilian Grigorian. Dr. Grigorian, welcome to this program. Dr. Grigorian is an interventional cardiologist who is based in Madrid, Spain. She is one of the co-founders and the current president of AMADEA, which is our newest AMIC member organization based in Spain. And Dr. Grigorian also is the chairperson of the upcoming Armenian Medical World Congress. And with that, Dr. Grigorian, I'd like to ask you, just so that our AMIC colleagues could get to know you a little better, where are you from originally? Where did you do your education and training? If you can fill us in a little bit about your history.
Hello, Vicken. Very nice to have this meeting with you. So actually, I was born in Yerevan, and I moved to Spain at the age of 14 and had my all medical education here in Spain. And part of my fellowship I did also in the United States at the Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles. And after that, I came back to Madrid, where I completed my cardiology training in interventional cardiology. And after that, I stay here in Madrid working in San Rafael and Gregorio Marion hospitals as coordinator of the cardiology department and principal investigator.
Of course. And what's some of the areas of research that you're currently conducting?
So right now, my research is mostly, we are doing basic translational research in regenerative reparative treatments focused on cardiovascular aging. There are many diseases. We know the population is getting older and older everywhere, and there are many diseases related with the aging. So we try to find new therapies for specific aging-related pathologies, which nowadays we don't have very many different options to treat this very prevalent group of patients.
Interesting. And of course, heart disease being the #1 source of morbidity and mortality globally, including in the United States and in Europe and in Armenia, is a very, very important topic. Dr. Grigorian, I'm going to ask you if you can tell us a little bit about your organization, the AMADEA group, which I'd like to just mention that is our newest AMIC member. First of all, we'd like to welcome you to the AMIC family as a formal member. If I can ask you to tell us a little bit about the organization, when was it founded? How many members do you have, and where are you exactly located?
Mm-hmm. So actually, AMADEA means Asociación Médica Amigos de Armenia. So it's a medical association, Friends of Armenia in Spanish. It stands for that. And we founded that association right after 2020 war, because we realized that we need like a structured organization to be able to respond more effectively to, emergent needs, but not only to the emergency needs like during wars or catastrophes, but we also focus our work on more mid-long-term projects focused on education, research in Armenia. And these 3 years, we already organized more than 10 international symposiums. The next one will be right this June in Cardiovascular International Symposium. We try to bring different international important speakers to Armenia, and also do like assistential work in these times with different Spanish doctors. We visited several times also Artsakh, Armenia, different regions, worked there doing surgeries, different type of surgeries in more than 100, almost 200 patients in all. So basically, this is what we are doing. We need to realize that in Spain, the Armenian diaspora is very small. It has nothing to do with, let's say, French diaspora. Here, Armenians mostly are moved to Spain in the last 10 or maybe 20 years. At 1993, when we came with my family, we barely could count on two hands Armenians who were living here in Spain. So actually in this situation, and doctors, Armenian doctors in Spain are very few. So we have many Spanish people in our association. But anyway, it's not a very big association. We have around 20 people right now, official members of the organization.
Great. That's I commend you for the active and energetic group that you are. I'm very familiar with some of the work that your group has been doing, and we're very encouraged and as a result motivated to grant AMADEA and Spain the next Armenian Medical World Congress, which is going to be taking place in 2025 in July. And I'd like to segue to that, Dr. Grigorian, if you can tell us what's happening, what are the latest, first of all, what are the dates for the Congress? If we can talk about the venue. I know some of the details are tentative, but I'd like you to share the tentative information on the approximate dates of the Congress, the venue, and then I'd like to touch a little bit about the scientific program.
Okay, so yes, actually we already have some important information that we can share with all the people around. Before that, I would like to say that for us as association and for me personally, it's a huge honor and a big motivation to host the next AMIC Congress here. And we, as you can see, because we had many meetings before, we started working with a huge motivation and engagement. So the Congress will take place, we have already the dates, it will be July 3 to 5, 2025. It will be here in Madrid, and we have a very special venue. It's one of the oldest and one of the most prestigious universities here in Spain, which is the Universidad Complutense de Madrid. We were also honored to get that chance to host the Congress in their medical faculty. So, and this will bring a special opportunity for the youngest Armenian doctors and even medical students to have a very special dedicated sessions and very active participation, what we expect in the upcoming Congress.
Great. And the Congress is going to be taking place in early July. And I have, had the opportunity to see the photos and the videos of the university, and indeed, it is a very prestigious institution, and we're very thankful that the institution was gracious enough to accept us as guests. And I am confident and certain that the venue will exceed any expectations, and in reality, we all will be surrounded by a very historic and a prestigious academic institution that will inspire all the attendees to fully absorb the scientific programs and also have plenty of opportunity to mingle, network, share ideas, connect with old colleagues, make new connections, meet new colleagues, and truly for the shared mission and the shared goal. Now, if we can go on to if you can tell us a little bit about the scientific program. What are some of the major scientific areas that the organizing committee is focusing on?
Yeah, so basically the scientific part is one of the main parts, obviously, of a meeting like that. This is a scientific meeting. So the scientific part, we decided to virtually divide in 8 main sections based on relevance criteria on the diseases with the highest mortality, morbidity rates in Armenia, the highest economic burden they cause, or maybe in terms of their impact on the healthcare system in general. So basically, this section, as I say are for instance, preventive and public health, oncology and hematology, cardiovascular and cerebrovascular diseases, catastrophe and emergency medicine, obviously education and research, a special dedicated section for the advanced health and digital health, which are very modern fields, but we need to embrace them as well. And very importantly, also a special section dedicated to nursing. So within each of these sections, we contemplate many different sections. We understand that in 2 days, which will last this event, we cannot represent all the specialities, unfortunately, but we try to be as objective as possible and focus on the most important fields. And anyway, people can get more familiar with all this section visiting our site, which is already working. I just want to tell it, it's www.amwc2025.org, and get much more information that I can share in these few minutes that we have at this meeting.
That's great to hear. And indeed, like you heard, and like you will see in the email that will go out along with this recording, you will have the link to the website of the Congress, and you can browse the preliminary program, which sounds to be very interesting and very pertinent towards a very fruitful engagement of healthcare professionals coming from all over the world. And I'm also very encouraged and proud to hear that the scientific organizing committee truly studied what is going to be the most beneficial and useful us to learn or to be updated on as it pertains to the healthcare needs of Armenia from the standpoint of highest points of morbidity, mortality, burden of disease, medical education, various fields in medicine, nursing, and I'm very encouraged to hear this, and would also looking forward to hearing updates. Now, dear friends and colleagues, I'd like to say that Dr. Grigorian and I have agreed that we will be providing periodic virtual recordings of any updates, in addition to printed emails that will be circulated throughout the world. And we encourage any input, any suggestions, any recommendations are always welcomed. The links to the Congress are live, and feel free to, is the registration tabs, have they been opened yet, Dr. Grigorian?
Yeah, registration is open. Actually, I would like to comment some important dates, which is submit a registration. Registration is already open and active on the site, and you can take advantages of registering early with a special discount prices. We have also special discounts for obviously group registrations, and also for a special population like fellows, students, nurses, etc., etc. So this can be done, but also two other important dates is regarding submission of abstracts, which is also already open, and there is a deadline. So I encourage everybody to visit our site and to have a look and to start preparing abstracts, scientific abstracts. This is mostly important for the youngest doctors, and also submission of innovative projects in the health care field in Armenia, which is also one of the most important parts of the upcoming Congress. We will focus on these innovative projects, which can be, if you want, Dr. Sepilian, I can comment a little bit more in depth regarding
Yes, I think we during our next session, we will specifically focus on this new section that is going to be unique and new to this Congress, in that we will be looking for submissions of proposals of healthcare projects that are, with the aim to innovate a major area of healthcare or address a major need of the healthcare system in Armenia. It's going to be a very exciting session. The goal is to hopefully match with some ideas of innovation or of great need with other stakeholders who can either advise or support in various ways of this project. Look out for our next session, our next episode, which will be coming in the coming weeks, and we'll be discussing with Dr. Grigorian some of those breakout sessions and the abstract sessions. Thank you, everybody, for your attention, for watching this. Again, we encourage any feedback, any recommendations. Dr. Grigorian, we commend you for being a co-founder and leading young healthcare providers in Spain, and taking the lead on putting together what sounds to be a very exciting scientific meeting. And we're looking forward to seeing you all next July. Thank you, Dr. Grigorian, and we'll chat again in a few weeks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sepilian, for this opportunity once more. And I just want to add some idea, because today I realized that this year is the 50th anniversary of the AMIX meeting. And I think this is a very important, but because during 5 decades, for I think very important reason, all these medical professionals from different parts of the world gathered together, obviously for a scientific, to exchange of this scientific knowledge and the networking. But I think there is a much more important essence there, which is our interest of all of us in our need to contribute, to help, to build a stronger healthcare in Armenia. And I think this is absolutely important and a relevant point that we need to use to really make a big change in the healthcare in Armenia. This is what we will try. You were trying all these years, and we will try to do next year as well.
Of course, and it is it's all progress everywhere in the world. Is a work in motion, and we have to do our part to contribute to it. So thank you, Dr. Grigorian, and I'll look forward to chatting and sharing news of the upcoming Congress with all of our AMI colleagues soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. You too.